Hey YouTube, back here with another beer review. But before I get to the beer, I got a few changes that I'm making to my channel starting I guess right now. Last night I did a review, and one thing I changed was I'm not going to talk about the appearance of the beer, mainly because, you know, you guys, I do a close-up of the pour of the beer, and you can see it sitting in the glass as I'm talking about it, so I really don't think I need to talk about the appearance of the beer just because you can see it. And then also I am changing my scale of rating. It was kind of a 50-point scale with different categories, kind of like a beer advocate or rate beer. And then each category had its own set of numbers, and then it was a letter grade at the end. And I think for beer it's more down to 1 through 10 now. I'm going to go through this 1 through 10 scale, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and just go from there and have that be my new scale, because I think it simplifies it. And it kind of gets down to really, is it good or not, you know. And I'll probably go through maybe sometime and put a little description beside each number so you can get a feel for, you know, what I mean by each one. But tonight's beer just came to Ohio, Sixpoint Brewing Company, Bengali Tiger. And this is, I think it's a pale ale. It's 6.4% ABV, 62 IBUs. I guess that's in between a pale ale and IPA. Comes in a 16-ounce can. I've wanted to have this beer for a while, and I just finally heard about this coming to Ohio. I had no idea that we were even trying to get here, and so Sixpoint cans finally to Ohio, and tonight we're looking at Bengali Tiger. On the smell of this beer, you can definitely tell it is it smells more like a pale ale to me. It is, you know, I'm getting a lot of different hop notes in it, kind of a, like they said, a citrus, a pine, and just a floral as well. It's just a different, you know, a range of every kind of hop smell you can get in a beer, I think. Yeah, then you get some of that malt in the background. It's a little bit of sweet malt, possibly. Probably by the brown color you can tell there's going to be some, you know, some malt in this. But overall, I enjoy the smell of this beer. Alright guys, cheers. See what we got. Wow, it's very different. It's not it drinks really light, and then the hops aren't overly bitter, at least in the initial taste. We'll see if it changes, but yeah, not overly bitter, not a lot of sweet malt, very pine forward hops, and some of that malt's in there, it's just not sweet malt. Yeah, and the next sip, it's kind of, you know, it goes past your tongue, and then you get the flavor, but it is bittering now. It's not a greatly pleasant bitter. It's some of those, I guess, piney hops you're getting. I'm getting a lot of pine flavor in this. The malt's in the background, not a huge big taste of it at all. Just maybe a little bit. You can tell it's there for sure. And you're getting it, but the hops kind of take the main stage of this beer. So this one's okay so far. I guess it's leaving me wanting more right now, but let me finish most of this glass, and I'll get back with my final thoughts and my rating on the Sixpoint Bengali Tiger. Okay, as I drink this beer more, it's definitely growing on me. Now tasting better than it did initially. As you drink it, the tastes seem to be a bit cleaner. They were kind of harsh and almost a little off-putting in the beginning. But as you take, you know, bigger sips and you get further through the glass, the hops start to go together. You get a little fruitiness at the end of the taste. The pine hops start to shine, and it comes together as a pretty good, I would say. I'm going to say it's a pale ale to me, not quite an IPA, but pretty close to an IPA. With a 6.4% ABV, 62 IBUs, it's teetering on that pale ale IPA mark nowadays, I guess. So this one, it's pretty good, and I was very excited to try it. I think I'm going to go with a 7. It's definitely a beer I would pick up again. but I think there are a lot of other pale ales and IPAs that I could buy that are better than this one. It's still worth seeking out and giving it a try because you might like the mix of the hops with the malt. But overall, I think it's something I'll probably pass on the shelf for a while until maybe a while from now. I think maybe I'll pick that back up and see how it is. Or if there's a Bengals game, I might pick it up just for the fact that it's called Bengali Tiger. So yeah, 7 on my new scale out of 10. If you guys have had this beer, let me know, and comment, rate, and make sure you subscribe. Until next time, cheers.